Hello, Aquarius. So, this is Karen. I'm Karen with Veronica Streams Tarot and Coaching, and I got the Somnia deck. I've been shuffling for a bit now. Um, so, this reading is about personal growth. So, we're going to take a look at a situation, and that situation, whatever it is, what's blocking you, what your fears and obstacles are, your strengths, advice or actions to take, then what you don't see, and then the outcome. And this is literally just so you could start working on a situation. Keep in mind, this is posted the end of April through the end of May, but I do believe these are timeless readings. Also, please take a look at your rising and your moon signs if this one does not quite resonate, because again, these are growth type readings, so they could be um, and or both, because they could be helpful in taking both of the readings and putting them together. So, um, and just be aware, I do personal readings. The link to my website is in the description box. And if you don't know what options or what spreads you want to do, you can always hit me up on email, because I do take Venmo as well. So, and Venmo isn't available, I don't believe, on my website. So, here we go, Aquarius. Let's get this party started. Okay, so these are big cards. So the situation, Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups. This already is kind of feeling like the, I think it was the Libra reading or Gemini, one of the two. Your blocks, World, Knight of Coins, fears and obstacles, Knight of Wands, Two of Wands. Okay, strengths, Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords. Interesting. Okay, action steps, Four of Wands and Four of Cups. And then what you don't see is the Sun, and I'm not going to tell you what the outcome is quite yet. Oh boy, the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups, and this is about having everything. Those cups are overflowing, um, and they replenish themselves as well, which is huge, because that means that whatever this is about replenishment. It's about your desires. It's about something that's very, very important to you. However, this is kind of a strange energy here. The Six of Swords and the Ten of Cups. I feel like you are trying to you're trying to find a relationship, and a relationship that's all of the things, the Ten of Cups, all of everything. And you are moving towards that right now, or you're moving away from an old relationship too. It could be that, and it could be a combination. You're trying to find something, but you've left an old relationship. These swords back here in the sand are what he's leaving behind, and those are lessons, but he's also saying goodbye to them. I kind of look at that this way, because a lot of times in a Six of Swords, the swords are actually in the boat crossing, but he's leaving these behind, which is okay. Like, it depends on how you look at it. Like, sometimes we take our lessons with us, and sometimes we just have to, like, I'm leaving that and I'm going on to something better. So I feel like you are in search of a relationship, and I do feel like you've left one recently. So that kind of makes it hard too, because when you've just recently gotten out of a relationship, getting into a new one can be a sticky wicket, because are you carrying over habits from the old relationship, things like that. So just keep that in mind as we move through the reading. So your blocks are the World and the Knight of Pentacles. So there's two things here. There was an ending to a relationship recently, which is the World to me. That's what that's saying. And the Knight of Pentacles is being patient and taking your time. And that's a block for you right now, because I don't feel like you want to take your time. You want this to move faster than maybe it should right now. So the energy too of the block being, you've just the world is the completion of something. Um, it doesn't mean that this relationship ended badly or anything like that, but it's just had its time. But the slowness of what's happening right now to find something new or find something better, or yeah, that's what I feel like it is. It's just taking a little bit of time, and the patience is what's blocking you a lot of it. Because but this thing is too. What you got to realize is the the Knight of Pentacles is a good knight because there is forward movement. He's just planting seeds as he goes. So this is really a tough one because you know and a lot, I mean, these come up a lot of times in the blocks and the fears and the obstacles and all of those things, the challenges is the patience part of anything. But a lot of times when, to me, the cards are pentacles that are usually these patience cards. But the thing is that these cards also, the pentacles, are all about stability. And the reason why you have to be patient is because you have to let those roots grow and take hold. If the roots don't take hold, then the stability isn't there. And that's why sometimes the pentacle cards are slower moving cards because they're they're just taking their time as far as planting the seeds and letting those things grow. So I do feel like that is kind of like what's happening here. I don't feel like, I mean, this could be a current situation. Okay, I don't think so, only because of the Six of Swords. That's leaving and moving to something else. So never mind. I'm not even gonna go back to that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what's blocking you right now. And the patience is a big deal because it blocks a lot of us. I mean, but there's nothing you can do about that. Like sometimes that's the hardest one because we have no control over, the weight. Your obstacles or fears are Two of Wands and Knight of Wands. And I think the fear is that things aren't going to happen fast enough. And the Two of Wands is the fear of being stuck. So the Two of Wands usually does have forward movement as well, but it's at that point where there's been a lot of energy behind something, but then all of a sudden there's like this fork in the road kind of thing. It's not really a decision card as much as it is I got to keep going. I just got to keep moving. Even if there's a fork in the road, it doesn't mean I just stop. I got to keep going. And you can't always take the time necessarily to decide which road. So I feel like there is some of that going on here with your fear. Like, you want to move forward and you need to move forward, but you feel like you're not moving forward. And I feel like that Knight of Wands energy, and in this deck, it doesn't look as fiery, but that's because these are photographs. So he did a lot of his wands in the dark so you could see the flames of the candles. But to me, that's like there is the fear of it's not going to happen fast enough, and I need this to happen now. You've really got a now going on in your energies, and this fear feels like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to go now. it's not going to happen. Oh my God. It's so funny because your strength, one of your strength cards is the Eight of Swords, which is being stuck. And that might be good. And I think the universe is saying right now you need to just chill. Don't rush it. Don't rush. Not yet. It doesn't mean you can't later, but just not yet. Because a strength is that you're stuck, that you're not moving forward. And that could be the universe telling you something. Like maybe, sometimes when we want something really fast, let's say it's a new relationship and we're going, I want something, I want somebody. And someone comes into your life and they're totally not the right person. Not at all. But you would have been better off waiting because you got into a kind of a yucky situation. But that's the universe saying, hey, you know what? You're stuck right now and you're supposed to be. And that's what we want you to be, because if you move too fast, you're not going to get what you really deserve or what's really waiting for you. The other thing is the other strength you have is the Queen of Cups. And that to me says that you have a lot of love in your heart and you have big heart space. And that means you care really deeply about things. So there's a good chance that you have some water in one of your other signs as well, as if this is resonating, because there you really care about things. And that's a strength though. Because you care, you're more apt to make a better decision or a right decision. So that's really really cool. Your action steps or advice is Four of Wands and Four of Cups. So the Four of Wands to me is like almost okay, and I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's just because they're sitting at a table, but it's like, you know what, get yourself out a little bit. Get out, get around people, go visit with a friend, go out to dinner, go see a movie, go do something. But I almost feel like though it's going out and maybe date people. And the Four of Cups is telling me make sure that you're not carrying too much of any load, because he's got a load on his shoulders, and they're not even. But also he's looking down into the mud. So it's a reminder too to me to kind of keep your head up. You know, keep your head up in the respect of not depressed head up, but like keep your eye out. Like you don't look down and so focused on one thing, because maybe there's more. So, you know, like if you're seeing one thing or you want one thing and you're so focused on that that you don't see the other things around you, this could be what that card is saying. You know, he is so focused on that mud and looking down. And it's like, no, you know, you got to look up. You've got to look up, look what's around you. Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of the people around you. And I think, too, this is saying, like, this could also be the Four of Wands. When you're in a situation where you're in like a group environment, whether it's in a meeting or at work or going out to a restaurant or going out for drinks or whatever it is you do, be aware of the people around you, be aware of what's around you. I think that's where your answer might come from. And I do feel like that because this sun made me feel like that. The sun is what you don't see, and this is a joy card, right? It's happiness. So there is happiness that you don't see, and it's around the corner. But I think, see how he's up on that wall. So I get this feeling like there is something out there that you need to see, and that's why we're the Four of Cups is coming in as advice, and same with the Four of Wands. When you're out and about, keep your, you know, don't look down. Your heaviness is up. So in other words, you're not looking in the right place, because your happiness is going to be in a different place than where you're actually looking. So that's why I say be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what's around you, be aware of the people around you, be aware of the things around you, because you're focused in one area and thinking that this is where it should be, when really it might be somewhere else. And that's what I'm seeing with this card. It's really odd. I normally don't see that. So with all of these cards put together, that makes sense. And then when we look at your outcome as the Magician, I feel like this is really saying that you've got everything it takes to make a good relationship. And there's something, it's also telling me in the near future, there is something that's close that will meet your needs as far as in a relationship. But again, I don't think it's going to be like, I don't think the near future is going to be this grand, you know, romance. It could be, but I really think that you're going to realize how much you have to offer. And I feel like this card is saying that you're going to be a little bit more picky and kind of take back this Six of Swords and learning those lessons that maybe because you're trying to do something so quick that you haven't let yourself heal and learn those lessons that you needed to learn from your past relationship. However, I do feel like this is a good momentum because you have everything it takes, and the advice says there's something there, because the advice specifically says look around. Make sure that you've got vision everywhere, because there is something there. And I don't always see that, and especially there with what you don't see being the sun is there's happiness, there's joy, there's a good thing there. But you've got to be aware of your surroundings and don't focus on one thing. So if you're looking at one person, that might not be the person that's really for you. So just keep your eyes open. It doesn't mean they're not either, but I think sometimes when we open up our vision area, our field of vision, then we learn too more about the one person that we're looking at. So that could be another thing too. But you have everything that you need, and you will have everything that you need. And that's the most important piece. So this is your outcome, Aquarius. There you have it. That wasn't a super long reading, but I hope that resonated with you. And please let me know if it did or if it didn't. I like comments of any kind. I mean, I don't like mean comments, but if you didn't like the reading and you say, it didn't really resonate, I'm cool with that. Um, any comment, helps me know who's watching, what's happening with the video. So whatever you can say would be awesome. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Have a beautiful day, Aquarius.